Welcome, my T students, and this is the T challenge for you. Today, in our lesson number 7, we're going to remember a little bit about present continuous, simple present, but now that we are going to add the simple past irregular forms. The irregular form of a past is related to a different form. It's not just to add the ed by the ending of the verb. You must have a irregular table of verbs. Unfortunately, they are in a table, and yes, you're going to need it. But before we keep going in that subject, let's have a quick review. Tina is going to school, an action she's doing right now. Tina goes to school, third person related. The action earns an S by the ending, and it's daily action for Tina. But now is the difference. Tina went to school. What is this word different? Went. Well, it's the past of the verb to go. The irregular verbs don't follow some regular logics. That's why they are on tables. You just have to believe they are that form, and that's how we are going to use. But teacher, something that's going on, a daily action and a past action, is the irregular past also simple past? Yes, it's part of the same. When you do an affirmative sentences, it's easier to detect an irregular verb. She drove miles away. Drove? Yes. But when we change the irregular verb to a negative sentence, she didn't drive miles away. Why is not she didn't drove? Let's remember, an auxiliary comes to help in the sentence. That's the name, auxiliary, someone to help. The auxiliary did show us that the sentence is in past, and because of that, we don't need the action also in past. The question sentence is also using the did. Did she drive miles away? Yes, she did. No, she didn't. It's not necessarily to think about the past of the action in yes-no question. You have to keep in mind that personal questions that are started by the WH questions, like where did she drive? Oh, she drove to San Francisco. Why the answer received the word drove instead of drive? Because in my question I asked where. The first one in is the last one out. Where is related to a place, San Francisco. Did she drive? Did doesn't appear in the sentence because it's an affirmation sentence. So I must change the verb in present, where did she drive, to the past of drive. She drove to San Francisco. Keep in mind that in personal questions or WH questions, the WH make us answer with an affirmative sentence. And this affirmative sentence, we don't need the usage of auxiliary. So, when did she drive miles away? She drove miles away last week. Believe it or not, it's just this simple. And I, as your T teacher, are going to challenge you to do more 200 exercises in our app. Remember, practice leads to perfection.